There is major news coming out of the House of Representatives. Nancy Pelosi now says that the House of Representatives is indeed going to move forward on an assault weapons ban. There was previously an assault weapons ban that ran from 1994 to 2004 in the United States, and we will talk about that in a moment. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi says House Democrats will soon consider legislation banning military-style, quote, assault weapons, marking the most aggressive response from Congress to date following last week's shooting massacre at a Texas elementary school. House Democratic leaders have already scheduled to vote next week on so-called red flag legislation designed to keep weapons from potentially violent people. The House Judiciary Committee is meeting in an emergency session to mark up a slate of 8 additional anti-gun violence bills, including proposals to ban high-capacity magazines and raise the age for purchasing certain semi-automatic rifles. I am in favor of all of this and also recognize that it is not enough. And we're going to get back to that. Now, on the question of whether mass shootings went down during the assault weapons ban and then went back up after, it has been examined by PolitiFact, and it has been found to be mostly true. Joe Biden said when we passed the assault weapons ban, mass shootings went down. When the law expired, mass shootings tripled. PolitiFact has ruled that is mostly true. Their explanation is, let me find it here. There are numbers that back Biden up. A 2019 study out of NYU School of Medicine found mass shooting deaths involving assault weapons fell slightly in the decade of the federal assault weapon ban and then rose dramatically in the decade that followed. While other researchers said the decline was too small to draw firm conclusions, there's no debate that the pace and deadliness of shootings went up after the ban ended. Beyond assault weapons, more recent work points to the threat posed by large capacity magazines, which the 1994 law also restricted. That is also a factor. With the same guns, but without the large capacity magazines, you would also see less death. So if you go back to last week, I had my segment where I laid out, it was either 10 or 11 specific ideas on gun safety. And in that list, I included limiting certain firearms to 25 plus. Some are saying 21 plus. I say 25 plus. Requiring mandatory gun insurance, requiring more extensive training and relicensing, a mandatory waiting period, of course, reducing the ability to have the high capacity magazines, a mandatory initial and periodic mental health evaluations, requiring 2 to 3 letters from adults in the community saying, I have no concerns about this individual under age 25 having firearms. I gave a long list. But we actually need to do more than that. And of course, Republicans are going to oppose this. I say that Democrats, in conjunction with this bill to ban assault weapons again, which will it pass in the Senate? Probably not, quite frankly, unfortunately. They should call the bluff of the Republicans saying, well, this is a mental health issue. Propose mental health legislation as well. Now, of course, part of that is red flag laws, which would prevent individuals flagged for concerning behavior and diagnoses from, it would prevent them from getting weapons. But do something more significant. Require an initial mental health eval as well as periodic ones. Now, I know a lot of people have raised the question, let's say you do that, David. What are you looking for? Is it just a psychiatrist meets with everybody and then evaluates for what? What conditions prevent you from getting a gun? How does anxiety compare with borderline personality disorder, compare with if you've had a psychotic episode? Well, you've got to figure that out. The fact that it's complicated can't be a reason not to do it. I concede it's complicated, but it absolutely needs to be done. If all of these things were in place when it came to the shooter in Texas, can't buy the weapons he bought because he's under age 25, even to get a handgun needs to have letters from the community. Supposedly members in the community were already concerned about this individual. Limits on high capacity magazines, waiting period, mandatory insurance, which would have made it more expensive and maybe dissuaded, although he reportedly spent a bunch of money on the guns. Those things at least had the chance of impacting that individual's ability to get those firearms and those bullets and to kill as many people. Could he have ended up killing 5 with a couple handguns? Yes, absolutely. But as tragic as those 5 deaths would be, would we prefer 5 instead of 20? I mean, I would. I would. So I would like to see Democrats not only push for the assault weapons ban, propose some mental health legislation to Republicans, including increased funding as well. At the state level, they don't want it. Many states didn't even do the Medicaid expansion, but that was part of Obamacare, which would have increased access as well. So make them put up or shut up. Make them go on record as opposing the mental health legislation. They're the ones claiming that's the first thing to look at. Well, look at it, but also look at guns, and we've got to look at a lot of other things. I am sure I will get many questions on this topic on our upcoming town hall. That will be Tuesday, June 14th at 6 p.m. Eastern, streaming live on the Pacman Live YouTube channel. That's the other YouTube channel. Make sure you're subscribed there for free, and I look forward to speaking to lots of you then. Science has shown us that lowering your body temperature at night improves sleep in many ways. Our sponsor, Chili Sleep, creates systems that cool down your bed, promoting deeper, higher quality sleep. It also just feels great. I use it at home. I'd recommend it to anyone, and I've recommended it to some friends who now use it as well. Chili Sleep's product, the Ooler, the Cube, and the Dock Pro, they're all water-based, temperature-controlled pads that fit onto your existing mattress. You can keep your bed as low as 55 degrees, as hot as 115 degrees. I like 60. Their new Dock Pro sleep system has double the cooling power of other models, 5 times the cooling contact, whisper quiet. You can control it with your phone. It's awesome. With Chili Sleep, there's no more feeling hot at night, no more sweating. Cooling your bed down like this is amazing. You really have to try it for yourself. When you go to chilisleep.com/Pacman, you'll get 30% off the Ooler and Cube sleep systems and 10% off the new Dock Pro. This offer is only for my audience. The link is down below.